It was Emma's birthday, a day I had planned to celebrate quietly but meaningfully. We had invited a few close friends, and the apartment was filled with the soft glow of candles and colorful balloons. I had spent weeks organizing everything, making sure the evening felt special. But there was an edge to the air that I couldn't shake. Emma had been distant all day, scrolling through her phone, barely acknowledging my attempts at conversation. "Why so quiet?" she asked, finally breaking the silence as she sank into the couch beside me. I looked at her, my expression neutral, carefully measured. "Because," I paused, letting the words hang for a moment, watching her carefully. Her brows furrowed, a hint of curiosity and concern crossing her face. "Because you slept with him last night," I said softly, the words cutting through the room like ice. The room fell silent, friends freezing mid-laugh, balloons swaying slightly in the gentle breeze from the open window. Emma's eyes widened, her mouth opening and closing like she was trying to form a response. I didn't look away. I held her gaze, steady and unwavering. Her cheeks flushed, a mixture of guilt and shock painting her face. What?" she stammered, her voice barely audible. I exhaled slowly. "I saw the messages, Emma. The texts. The pictures. I know what happened." A heavy silence followed. My friends shifted uncomfortably, unsure whether to intervene or stay out of it. Emma's hands trembled slightly, her fingers twisting in her lap. I didn't mean," she started, but the words sounded hollow even to me. "You didn't mean to what?" I asked calmly, my voice soft but firm. "Hurt me? Betray me? Both." She looked down, unable to meet my eyes. I took a deep breath, letting the truth settle in the room. "Emma, I loved you. I trusted you. And this," I gestured lightly toward her, toward the space between us, "this breaks everything." Her lips quivered, but no tears fell. Perhaps she thought it would be easier to face silence than confrontation. I felt anger rising, but I kept it controlled. I wanted her to understand the gravity of her actions, not just react out of fear. "Emma, I can't be with someone who doesn't value honesty or loyalty," I continued. "I can't continue this marriage under a shadow of lies." She whispered, almost inaudibly. I didn't think you'd find out." "That's the problem," I said, my voice calm but unwavering. "You didn't think. And that's why we are here in this moment, with everyone witnessing what your choices have done." I stood slowly, careful to maintain composure. "I think it's best if we end this tonight, quietly, but definitively." Emma's eyes filled with tears now, but it was too late. The damage had been done. My friends watched in stunned silence, unable to believe the shift from celebration to heartbreak. I collected her birthday gift, set it on the table without a word, and walked toward the door. "I hope one day you understand the weight of your actions," I said, my back straight, voice steady. Outside, I inhaled the cool night air, feeling a strange mixture of pain, relief, and clarity. I realized that betrayal hurts most when it comes from someone you trust the most. I drove in silence, reflecting on the years we had spent together, on the trust that had been broken in an instant. By the time I returned home, I had called for divorce proceedings, determined to reclaim my life and self-respect. Days turned into weeks, and I began the slow process of healing, focusing on myself, my friends, and my future. I didn't let anger consume me. I let clarity guide me. I realized that sometimes the right response isn't revenge. It's action, self-respect, and moving forward. Emma attempted to contact me several times, but I remained firm, not because I didn't care, but because I knew boundaries were necessary. Through the pain, I learned the importance of self-worth, and that being with someone who cannot honor trust is more damaging than being alone. Weeks later, friends remarked on my composure, noting that I had handled betrayal with dignity. It was a painful lesson, but a transformative one. I focused on rebuilding my life, rediscovering my passions, and surrounding myself with people who valued honesty and respect. The memory of that birthday, once filled with joy, remained as a reminder of the strength it takes to face betrayal head-on. I no longer allowed resentment to fester. Instead, I used it as a catalyst for personal growth. And slowly, I began to forgive, not Emma, but myself for allowing pain to linger where it didn't belong. Life moved forward, and so did I, stronger, wiser, and more determined to prioritize those who truly mattered. Because betrayal teaches the harshest lessons, but it also reveals the resilience within us. By the end, I found peace not in anger or revenge, but in reclaiming my life and refusing to be defined by someone else's choices. And every time I thought of that night, I reminded myself, dignity and self-respect are worth more than any celebration ever could be.